can't do anything. Finally.
Welcome.
Are we live?
We are live. Hello. Party people.
That's a big burp.
Tag team back again. Oh, crud. Are we live? Oh, yeah, we live. We're gone.
Maybe
We're
to the
gone.
top.
Kendall, what's up?
Kendall.
Return of the Mac. Ha! What? What a great name.
Who's that?
I don't know,
What's up, bro?
but I love
Or
your
broette.
name. I think it's
It's
a
a
bro.
bro. Yeah. Also open, bro.
Yeah, it's a bra. It's a bra.
What direction is my hair?
What's up, guys? I'm one of your hosts, Casey.
I'm Kadimah. Welcome to Freestyle Friday.
Y'all, it's almost Christmas.
Where's my paper? Over there.
We're totally prepared. We've actually been standing here for
At least 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Like we are never this prepared, even though we are unprepared. Oh man, guys.
Oh, here it was the whole time. It was just right next to me.
how
over
did
here.
you miss that?
Oh man, weird. Mm-hmm. Very weird.
Weren't you drinking a coffee?
Yes.
Oh, you've got that. You've got that. Okay. Cool. Hey, if you're on the
Moldy.
books, say what up. You like moldy coffee?
Mmm.
It's good.
Delicious.
Y'all, this is our... Y'all, things are
There's
getting
some things behind the
bad
scenes here
over
that
here.
I wish you could see.
You know, when people reach the point of no return, you know what it's like. Like, you're, like, tired, but a little delirious, but kind of, like, slap happy. You know, that is all happening right
Good
now.
time. Super time.
Right now. So, what are we talking about today,
We're
bud?
going to talk about gear, workout gear, sleeves, wraps, slaps, claps, graps.
I was really hoping, like, a cuss word was going to accidentally fly out. I was like, what rhymes with that?
All right, so we're going to talk about all the teens, man. All the teens.
All the things. Call me now for your free reading. You're too young for that, but she was a real person.
Yeah, her name was Cleo.
Cleo.
She's
Call me now.
That lady was rich.
Yeah, she was the real deal, man.
She was like late night TV.
Late
Call
night.
me now for your free
This is
tarot
Miss
reading.
Cleo. This is Miss Cleo. Call me now. Wonder where she is.
Dead.
Nah, she's probably lying.
she's like,
Oh,
She probably just
yeah.
yeah, she's a real
She was
person.
laughing all the way to the bank.
For sure.
Yeah.
Telling people lies.
Freaking lady, man.
Let's do it.
She's like, I'm full.
That sounds easy enough to be like, yo.
You don't understand. Like, that wasn't a thing.
My detector told me you're gonna be rich in 5 years. Keep doing what you're doing. Now go.
Oh my gosh.
She drew the card and said, like, I foresee my future as a rich woman. That's what she did.
Yeah, that's what she did. And
She did, and then-
jacked all y'all's money.
She did.
She got right with one person, then she blew up. Right.
No, she probably just paid for advertising whenever people in that department. And she had such a unique marketing. Like, she probably didn't mean to be that unique, but
the
she was.
person would be like, okay, you're Cleo right now. Go ahead. Like,
Call me now for your free reading.
hello, is this Cleo?
This is Miss Cleo.
All right, so I've got a problem.
What's your
And-
problem, boy?
I'm trying to figure out my career.
Oh, I can tell you how your career is gonna go.
Well, I love skateboarding.
Give me all your money now.
She'd probably, I don't know what she'd say. Like, you're going to be a great skateboarder. You'd be like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Miss Cleo.
Bye. And then you see a charge for
I'm not
like
joking.
$300 on your phone bill. This is back whenever there was actually phone bills that came to the house, pieces of paper,
Yeah.
and that's how you paid the bills.
But it had all the numbers.
I know what
It had all the numbers, so like if there was a
you could
long
see- so
distance
your
charge, you could
parents
see
would
it
be
would be like,
900 number.
who called that? Yeah.
Why is our bill $185?
Yeah, that's right.
So unlimited wasn't always a thing. I'm just kidding. I know.
This is How to Get Canceled 101. Welcome to class. So,
Oh, man. Call
Okay.
me now. Call me
Now.
now.
gear.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so we'll talk about Okay, so we do, in our program, we do gymnastic stuff. So hanging from a bar, as you can see, there's some pull-up bars behind us. We do stuff on the ground, whether that be push-ups, sit-ups, etc. Body weight movements, lunges, squats, pistol squats, Bulgarian split squats, all of those things. And so let's just talk about the pull-up bar stuff first, right?
Sure.
So
I think that like hands, when people start off, hands and wrists are probably the number one complaint. Like, oh my gosh, it is like a foreign thing. And if you have, baby soft hands, I know there's about to be some comment come up off of that. If you have like real, soft hands and you have not built up calluses, it hurts. It hurts to hang on the bar, and it hurts. Oh. Huh. Okay. It hurts to get on the bar.
Yeah,
it hurts
I see that. It does look like ducks.
What is
It does. Yeah, I like that, Jimbo. Good eye. There's several ducks. We're playing Duck, Duck, Goose back there.
I don't know why that tickled me
It's a different
much. Because I looked. I currently can't see the bottles from right here, but when I look over here, then I'm like, oh my gosh, there's 2 ducks.
There.
You didn't know we had pet ducks?
Right there.
This show is going to crap.
Hey, well, that's it for today. We'll see you guys next week. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that made me cry.
So as you were saying.
Yeah,
Madam,
so the wrists, that your hands are super sensitive, like until you build up some callus. Now, even after you build up calluses, you really, you're killing me. Even after you build up calluses, you really need to take care of your hands too. So a lot of people don't know that, as you're getting the calluses, you have to work on those things. Like, you are now taking care of your hands, your palms as well, to keep them, somewhat down. Like, the pumice stone that they use when you're getting a pedicure, if you have ever gotten a pedicure, you can use the same thing in the shower and just hit your hands real quick. You also don't want to go too much because it will be like super, super sensitive. What is happening?
He goes, no, Stetson. They're from lifting heavy-ass weights.
What's Stetson say?
He goes, calluses on the hands are often from improper hand placement / positioning on the bar to reduce the stress of a weak grip.
Yeah.
And then Jay's like, no, Stetson.
They're arguing. That's great.
That's quackers.
Yeah, it is. The heavy barbell will get you. Like, that's really what does make the calluses get worse. And then if you're not wearing grips on the pull-up bar, that enhances everything. Typically, when you rip on the pull-up bar, it's like the middle of the palm where you have this soft skin that you don't have any callus there, and it doesn't necessarily ever get calloused there. So that is why you would obviously you want to wear some sort of hand protection if you're doing some swinging on the bar. If you're not really swinging on the bar, you're probably not going to rip.
Yeah, and it also be from the continual friction.
Yeah.
Continued friction. Thank you, ladies. For
Science
that.
class.
From that movement. So we recommend, there's different styles of grips, but one thing for sure, if you are wearing a wedding ring or a band or rings of any kind, get rid of those things.
You're not married for the workout.
Oh my goodness. Put on a coilo ring or one of those rubber rings instead. They're super flexible, still allow you to wear your band during your workout.
Have you ever seen anybody lose a finger?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Or at least get stuck where you had that moment where
yeah. Where it's like,
yeah.
I've seen a ring get bent, wedding ring get bent. So, but
lost, scratched, etc. We synced them all.
Yeah.
Talking about just the gym.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because like if you grab a barbell or grab on the pull-up bar and there's just that pressure, it could do some gnarly things. So.
Oh yeah.
Save that finger.
Yep, seen people's skin come off a little bit, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Hope that didn't gross you out. But not having that or just modifying that protection on ring, and then there's several types that kind of been modified and kind of taken from gymnastics. So your gymnastic grips, or the style of grips where your hand is placed in some type of sleeve, and then there's a strip of leather that hangs kind of in the front and it wraps around the wrist. So that's one type of wrist apparatus that you would use for hanging on the bar, right? And then you have the kind that is like used for support when you're doing pressing and lifting, where it wraps around the wrist, and there's usually a thumb attachment, and it helps to stabilize the wrist as you're pressing more from a different movement.
And that would be another thing that people complain about all the time starting off, like just getting a barbell, holding an empty barbell here. They're like, oh, my wrist, you know, because it's kind of like jumping. You don't typically jump in everyday life unless you're practicing jumping. So I know a lot of adults that literally cannot jump 1 inch off of the ground because they're like, well, I haven't jumped in 30 years. You know, it's just not something that we do in our American lifestyle. Like we do a lot more sitting and walking. But that wrist support is, I think, beneficial. And I feel like that gets better with some time.
Absolutely, because, you know, like their hands, they're trying to support a bunch of body weight, a bunch of weight into their wrist, and their body's just not ready for it, you know. And if you look at the structure of the wrist, there's 13 bones, I think. Dr. Taylor will definitely correct me on that, but I think there's 13 bones in the wrist. There's lots of tendons and stuff moving around here, or ligaments, moving around within that wrist that allow us to do all these things. And it takes pressure and time to build up to that strength and to be able to get used to it. So we tell a lot of people, hey, you don't have to go as heavy on the weight. Let's get used to it and build up that wrist strength. Sometimes they're like, what can I do about this? Hey, you got to be here more.
Yeah.
Sorry. There's really no other answer. You're just going to have to kind of work through it over time.
Yeah. And it is like, I remember when I started lifting, I remember the wrist pain and being like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. I mean, it hurts. You really think something's wrong. And then it slowly kind of just gradually gets better. So, are you good with moving on?
Oh, just one more thing, because we got one today on freestyle hand care lotions and which ones you should use. So there's a couple styles. You could use any regular lotion that you'd use, but really what you're trying to do is minimize the skin buildup that you get from the lifting or how often you are in the gym. So there's tons of different tools that you can use. You know, some type of pumice stone to grind down those calluses, or that additional skin that's built up from the trauma, so to speak, from your hands, and then kind of lotion them with any kind of lotion that's going to be good. You can use a kind of lotion that's like more of like a pomade, like a thicker one.
That's like a hair gel pomade. Yeah.
I'm thinking where it's not like a lotion, but it's more like a
there's like this
grease almost.
Yeah, there's like a
what is it called?
Working hands, or is that what it's called? I don't know. I really like the Nivea hand cream. It's like in a small blue container. It smells good and it's super greasy and just you don't need a lot. They also have like the shavers, you know?
Yep.
Like
you literally shaving off a layer.
Yes,
of skin.
Definitely be careful with that. I don't do that because I'm like, if you just literally, even if you hit your hands once a week, I just use like, you know, regular soap and just maybe like 20 seconds on each hand. And you know, you can feel that there are calluses there, but they're not outrageous.
Yeah.
So, and you definitely want to moisturize after you pumice stone
for sure.
Take care of your hands. So knee sleeves.
Yes. I would say this is one of the most common things.
Yes.
Because of our activity, we don't have a lot of glute activation because of the American sitting. And so knees typically take a lot of the brunt of the activity that we're doing, especially when you're starting. Ideally, over time, we would want to see you have less dependability on the knee sleeves unless you're lifting at a percentage that requires more stability, right? So we kind of use, which is kind of going ahead a little bit, but
Yeah.
You can go ahead and talk about this rule if you want to.
Yeah, so the same rule applies for a belt here that we're going to talk about, but like kind of using an 85 to 90% rule. And there's this perception that oh, you're lifting heavy and you got to have all this gear on and stuff. Well, you really don't need that gear unless you're in those higher percentages. Like, your body should be able to function properly without pain,
Yes.
without any gear on.
Yes.
At a moderate weight,
Yep.
or a light to moderate weight. You know, you're really just using those. They are not a crutch to lean on. They are a tool to use when you get to a certain point in your training. So that's why I the knee sleeves is tough, because, I mean, gosh, everyone has knee problems. Like, it's just very common that we have a lot, you know, there's a lot of people with knee pain.
Yeah.
And the really unfortunate thing to accept is that you can probably make yourself better. If you do a little bit of rehab, a little bit of, you know, accessory exercises to get the glutes and hamstrings firing,
Yep.
or, you know, it's something that, man, it kind of makes me upset whenever I think about how long I had knee pain, when really I just needed to do a little bit of rehab every week, and to keep it under control.
Yep.
So the knee sleeve is not, you are not dependent upon it to, you know, keep things stable, and that stability should be built from within. It's just like everything we do.
Oh yeah, and again, I would apply this. I think we talked about this in advance, right? Is that 85% rule? We typically use this a lot, and maybe it's a very, very high volume of repetitions, like we're doing body weight, but maybe you're doing a workout that requires in excess of 100 repetitions or more. It's a nice little thing to use in your back pocket there, especially when you're doing such intense exercise so fast. So, great little piece of equipment to use. Definitely recommend this for someone who's getting started. Fun fact, majority of knee issues are not knee issues. They're hip, pelvis, and low back issues. Amen, brother. Amen. Belts. The first thing you got to learn is how to actually use one, right?
Amen.
And what a lot of people feel is this discomfort, but what it's made is a belt is actually designed to give you more abdominal activation. So as we push against the belt, it creates pressure. That pressure stiffens up the spine and the whole, you know, kind of girdle here, torso, to help us lift more weight and to lift it safely, right? And to just support from having an injury.
And it's crazy because I don't know how long I used a belt improperly, but it was a while. It really was a while before I understood, like, just because I have a belt on does not mean this part doesn't have to work. You know, in my mind, I'm like, oh, this belt's kind of doing the work for me. I can be looser through my core, my midline. Definitely not the way you're supposed to use a belt. But I also like the idea of using a belt sometimes as kind of a reminder to be tight. So you're not cinching it super tight. You're kind of wearing it a little bit looser where you can breathe and maybe do some other movements even with it on. But it's a reminder, like, to tighten up. So you're not. I kind of use it for those two reasons.
These boys are going back and forth here, having me freaking laughing.
Cinch that up as tight as possible.
Oh goodness, I've seen you do that a time or two, Dr. Taylor.
Yeah,
I've seen you do that a time or two.
Yeah, it does feel a lot different though to press your stomach and abs into the belt versus relaxing your stomach. It feels very different.
So if you were to have a kit, if we're talking about a kit of things that you would have to have over time as you become a more experienced lifter, every single one of these is on the list. So we went through grips, knee sleeves, and belts, right? And then I would say arguably the most important, really, is the last one here that we're talking about is the lifters or cross-training shoes.
Yeah. So when should someone in their endeavor of lifting purchase lifters?
I would say now let's go with the twofold here.
Okay.
Maybe their mobility is so bad they need them right from the beginning.
Yeah.
They need that assistance because their ankle stiffness and tightness, we can't get them in a good position. Well, that allows their lumbar curve to be maintained. You know, hips, nice wide stance that's not overly wide.
Yeah.
They can start from the beginning. Or if they have great mobility and those things are there, I would say, well, within maybe 90 days, 120 days of them doing consistent work within our class kind of stuff before they incorporate some type of lifter in there.
Yeah. And I'm a big fan too. I mean, I'm not doing like any sort of box step ups or box jumps or burpees or, I try to leave the lifters for strictly when we're just in station 1 here, when we are working out of the rack for squats, or even not out of the rack, maybe for cleans, squat cleans or front squats, back squats, any sort of squatting. It's basically putting your heel a little bit higher.
Yes.
So getting into that depth, if you have trouble getting the depth in the squat due to ankle or hip mobility, the lifter is going to basically save you an inch.
Yes.
It's a huge
game changer for sure.
It's a huge difference.
Yep.
So, and they're so sturdy. You kind of, it's like the knee sleeve, it's very like tight to the foot, as to where in a cross training shoe, there's more movement. So if you're lifting really heavy and you have those lifters on, man, your foundation is just a little bit more solid.
Very strong.
But they are a little heavier.
Absolutely.
So, and you also don't want to walk outside in them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Save those babies for the gym.
That's right.
So on the lifter side, and then, from the cross training shoes, I think it depends on what you guys are doing that particular day. So for us, we try to have, if we think of a cross training shoe, like we're going to be doing some jumping, some running, some different things like that, we still want a flatter shoe, but that shoe should have some still support and some mobility in it. So it's kind of a tricky situation. And there's so many brands on these, but you want a shoe that can kind of maximize all of those pieces at once, right? Which is kind of what I'm excited about, because we get to talk about some of our favorite brands here. Yeah. So you go first.
Yeah, so for shoes, my favorite, I'll go over to my favorite 2 or 3 brands is for sure Reebok. I love the Nano. The newer Nanos, like what are they on now?
10 or 11?
11.
I think they're on 11.
I think they're on 11. So I had I think I've had them since like the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6. I mean, they've been my shoe since I started. They have a wider toe box, and which I have narrow feet, but I like the way they fit.
Your feet get to splay. Yeah.
Yeah, they get to widen out in the toe. You're not squished up. They hold up and maintain through freaking World War, man.
Yes, man.
You have to force yourself to get rid of them because they still look and appear to be fine.
Yes.
But I'll notice after a while from standing on the floor, I'm like, oh, I need new shoes. So they just hold up like a champ. My second favorite pair would be Nobles. Actually lost my Nobles. I don't know where they are, but yeah, they just disappeared.
Didn't you have black ones?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I know, I can't find them. But anyways, I do like that shoe. They don't hold up as well as the Reeboks to me. They break down a little bit faster. You can just kind of feel the shoe breaking in.
Yep.
My third favorite is like the conventional Vans. Or Converse or something. Like I'll do some lifting in those, and those are just perfect for if I'm just doing a lifting session or, not doing any cardio. Obviously, I only wear running shoes whenever I am running. I don't even know the name of my shoes, but I love them.
They're Brooks.
They are?
I thought
they were
Saucony.
Saucony.
Yeah,
Saucony. Yeah, love those. One shoe that I hate. I'm gonna go one shoe that I hate. The Metcon.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I hate that. I hate that shoe.
Okay,
go ahead.
So Reebok number 1 for me as well, and I would say there's 2 variations. I like the Nano for most of my lifting, and the Trainer if I'm going to be doing any jumping and some different things like that. The interesting thing about the Metcon is I like it better for actual lifting. So if you didn't want a lifter and you want a really flat shoe, you can't do anything else in, get the Nike. So otherwise, I don't really buy them. I've gotten like some that have been like handed down, or maybe they didn't like them or the size. But I don't go to buy those because they squeak.
They squeak. That squeak thing is,
and they also break down really quick.
Well, that's why they squeak. But the arch in there to me is,
it is bad.
I don't like them.
Definitely no J's for workouts, bro. That's a no-no. J's are for walking around.
I have worked out in J's. I have lifted in J's.
And I've seen the Oura Ring, but I don't think it's a wearable. It's a wearable that tracks like heart rate and stuff.
Oh yeah,
but it's
I've
metal,
seen that.
and I just don't think it's practical still for workouts. But yes, and my shoe of choice is a running shoe. It's a Nike shoe for running. I wore it during marathon training. It's still my favorite running shoe. I actually need a new pair. The Nike Zoom Next Percent, super cushy. Man, I love that shoe. Did a lot of miles in those shoes. I prefer that. In terms of shoes, that's my jam.
Yeah.
So it'd be Nanos first.
We love shoes around here.
Metcons. I'm wearing these Fayus today.
Oh, yeah.
And so far, I like them. They're from the 1920s. Or they've been around since the 1920s.
Light.
Super light. And these are just my walking around.
That's how she walks, James.
So
that's how the kids walk nowadays.
So super light, and I'm trying these because I want a flatter shoe while I'm walking around and supporting my arches. And then I move to another shoe when I'm going to work out. Yeah,
and not that there is, I don't think, any females on here, but let's talk about clothes. So I guess I'm just bougie. My favorite clothing.
You guess you're just bougie?
I'm bougie. Let me rephrase. My favorite clothing is Lulu, not for tops. I really love their leggings and their sports bras. Literally the best. They hold up forever. I don't understand. People are like, oh, they're so expensive. Yeah, they're expensive, but they're so quality. And the waistband does not flip down on you. The length is correct. They'll alter it for free. I'm like, if there's a problem with anything, you can just send it back. They'll give you another one. Freaking A. I love Lulu. However, I did find a knockoff Lulu, and trust me, people send me knockoff stuff all the time, and I try them. They're like, go to Costco, there's knockoff Lulu there, they're just like Lulu. Do Old Navy, it's just like Lulu. No, girl, it ain't like Lulu. But I did find one. I had a friend recommend these to me. They are on Amazon, and these are the closest things that I have found to Lulu, and they are cheap. And
holy cow, they're like half the price. And that's like, it's really like a third. It's almost a third.
Yeah, they're $32. Yeah, it's a third of the price. They're called CRZ Yoga. And I have only tried their pants. They do have sports bras and tops and stuff. I haven't tried those. But I did order a pair of the pants, and I'm going to order another one. It's really good if you have long legs. If you have shorter legs, I would say I'm not so sure if that's going to be the best option for you, because the ones I got, you don't wear leggings anyways. The ones I got are really long, so like a little scrunchy at the bottom. But obviously I only have one right now, so I can only say one. But the waistband, the sizing, the material, all of it is really, really similar to Lulu.
I would say I'm also a Lulu fan of their tights.
Love Lulu. I've got them on right now. I love them.
Fabletics is my short brand typically that I wear most times for work stuff. I also enjoy New Balance shorts for running, etc. And if you ask me for t-shirts, it doesn't matter. I'll wear any ugly t-shirt in a workout.
Yeah.
And I wear the same hoodies that I've had for
20
literally
years.
half my life. Yeah. So, and I just keep washing them over and over. But I had a whole bunch
They don't make them like they used to.
Pretty much. And then Nike Run Nike running pullovers, the quarter zip. I have about 3 or 4 or 5 of those.
I like those too.
I love those.
I'm a fan of Nike clothing.
Yep. And so those are really
Yeah,
good.
the pullovers are good.
Yep. Supposedly Lulu makes some really nice dress pants too. I've heard
Lulu.
that. Yeah. I've
Yeah,
heard that.
I love. Okay, I mean, obviously I don't wear them, but their men's clothing is nice. You should check out their website. I mean, obviously the price point is going to be higher, but they do free alterations.
Yeah, I have actually a pair of pants I need to get altered.
Yeah, I mean, like that's a good deal to
Yeah.
go get your clothes. Challenge accepted.
All right, bring me one. I'll wear it. I will wear it.
He wears this one shirt. It's literally. Do you know which one I'm going to say? Because this
No, I
one
can't think of
drives
it.
me crazy.
Which shirt is it?
Do you want to guess which one is the one out of all of the ugly ones that you wear?
I'm
Because
offended.
they are all ugly.
I want to guess, but I'm kind of scared because it's not.
T-Rex hates lifting.
No, I got you that shirt.
Um,
I
Frank
think I
the Tank?
did. No, I got you that shirt too.
Is it a green one?
Yes, that one.
Wait.
kills-
The polo shirt.
Yes,
We have
That-
My business time
that
shirt.
kills me.
My business time shirt.
Y'all, he works out in a freaking 3-button-up collared shirt. I'm like, what
Maybe-
the hell is wrong with you?
Hey, it's business time in here,
Oh
folks.
my gosh, I don't know.
You change it to like blue. Or gray.
No, it's the collar that's really bothers me. Like, I'm like, how are you doing that? And he buttons it all the way up every time. I'm like, aren't you choking? It makes me feel like I'm choking. Oh man,
Business time around here, people.
I don't understand how you wear that.
I love it.
It's so weird.
Katie doesn't appreciate it.
I feel like he appreciates everything.
Oh my gosh. All right, so we can go on about this all day, but I want to appreciate you guys for hanging in there with us today. We talked about a lot of gear, and if you got questions, hit us up, DM us,
Call us.
PM us, holler at us, text us, carrier pigeon. Any of those methods will be cool.
If you actually send a carrier pigeon here, I would be so excited. That would really make my day. Somebody find one.
Somebody do it.
I know they are out there.
Stetson probably could do it.
I'm sure he could. He
Yeah.
could probably do it today.
Yeah. Stetson,
Send
challenge.
me a carrier pigeon,
Today.
please.
Today. Get it figured out.
Hold on, I got a hookup for that.
Get it.
Let me send you that contact.
Oh my gosh. Well, that is it. That is a wrap.
And we won't be seeing you guys for 2 weeks.
So, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy Christmas Kwanzaa to you.
Wow, I love that. Did you just make that up?
Nah, that was like, I remember when they first did.
How
there
did
was
you
a
just say
commercial.
that?
Christmas Kwanzaa.
Oh, I was like, wow, that was really clever. You should have definitely taken credit for that.
Just so you know, I'm deleting so many things I typed out because this is a family show, but you guys are totally opening yourself up to some genius innuendos.
I missed it.
What's your favorite dumbbell and why?
We gotta go.
Wrap it up. Hey, we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, I got a client. See ya.
We got a client. We love you. Bye.
Happy holidays.
Christmas,
Merry
Hanukkah,
Christmas. I gotta learn how to say that.
Christmas Kwanzaa.
Christmas Hana Kwanzaa. Christmas Hana
Hana
Kwanzaa.
To you.
It sounds like someone who hated their kids, so they named him that.
Christmas Hana Kwanzaa.
Yep.
I'm gonna get it.
All right. Y'all come back now
You hurt?
into the new year.
Oh man. Yeah, see
Bye.
you next year.
Let's go get some
Peace.
chiropractic adjustments.
I already done did
And
that.